mình chẳng ô yang à bọn nó là chỉ đòi kêu của bên người đến bộ
kêu cả đến bọn của cô ấy là cái mang luôn nè cả
kêu của bên người bọn cô tôi mẹ nó có phán đồn nha ôi qua thôi à rồi cuối chú họ mua bạn đang bạc thuế người ta chào to à họ sao như bên bọn vậy
phải là nó cầm số phụ nó
thì đi ha
You know what the worst thing about farming was? We never had time to eat. If it wasn't for my dad's export A's, harvesting in the middle of the night would have been unbearable. The smoke kept the mosquitoes away and made me lose my appetite, so after a while, my hunger was no longer a problem. The biggest question I had as a 12-year-old child was why my parents would come all the way from China to farm in the land of opportunity. Years later, I realized that with no English, no PhD, no tools but your hands and a six-pack of kids, what you do is you farm. I don't know if the world has another place like the one my dad and I were about to enter. I do know that when most normal kids were in bed, I was rubbing the sleep out of my very tired eyes to go to a place everyone called the morning zoo. Somewhere beating within its dark and clamoring belly are the hopes and dreams of thousands of bright-eyed immigrants who have come to look for a better life in the land of opportunity. Officially known as the Ontario Food Terminal, it is the largest wholesale fresh produce market in North America and boasts the largest farmers market in the world. The dimly lit farmers market houses over 1,000 truck stall spaces. Before the crack of dawn, hundreds of pregnant trucks will lumber in, overstuffed with freshly harvested produce from across the province. Sometimes when a truck is so full that the door can't be shut, a farmer has to rope his entire vehicle to keep the produce from spilling out onto the highway. Adjacent to the farmers market are the import warehouses that carry every imaginable fruit and vegetable from across the globe. With its great variety of international fare, it is truly a food connoisseur's paradise. At the entrance of the market, a huge lineup of buyers waits for the 6:30 whistle that will signal when the haggling can begin.
You got about 3 minutes left. Okay? Get started up, ready to roll.
John Frisch is one of a team of 8 police who bring some sense of order to the general chaos that has already begun. At precisely 6:30 a.m., the morning zoo will roar to life. Now is the time for a quick coffee or a last-minute smoke before the big stampede.
Come on, let's go!
In a few moments, the matching of wits will begin. The relative calmness will soon erupt into a menacing shopping spree.
Hey, Horace, how you doing?
I need action today, Angie. I got a beautiful load of pumpkins for you here today.
It doesn't look too bad.
It's excellent. What are you talking about?
How much you want to get?
I'll give you a break today. Today's a break day. It's your lucky day. Charge you $2.50 across the board.
You gotta be nuts. $2.50 for that size.
What are you talking about?
No way. No way.
You know, there's beautiful pears. Just the start of them. We only started yesterday. Right. Oh, it's not. I'll give you $1 on it, get them started, but that'd be the only one.
Horace,
This is the small one.
you want to send me the load? I'll pay $1.50.
No,
That's
I mean,
all.
How can a poor grower make a bloody living at $1.50?
All right. Yeah, that's the price we gave it for the last time, right? Yeah. Have you got 10?
Well, I can spare you 10, I believe.
Horace, they're not that big.
I need the action. But I'll tell you what I'll do. Give me another quarter and we got the deal.
Okay, $1.75.
All right.
Yeah, ma'am.
While the atmosphere at the farmers market is much like a country carnival, the wheelers and dealers in the slick import warehouses are like frenzied traders in a stock market. But like the farmers market, the one thing that must be a constant in this business is honor. Hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of produce can be bought or sold with a mere phone call. It is a delicate relationship based on trust, one of the few commodities that can't be bought.
We got peanuts at $30 a bag.
Not everyone gets a chance to feel the exhilaration of directing his own destiny. Some, like Raimondo in the peanut factory, have less significant roles. Raimondo has been roasting peanuts in this dark and dust-filled basement for nearly 10 years. The thought that keeps him sane is that one day he can save enough money to bring his wife and 4 children from the poverty of Ecuador. While Raimondo continues in his solitary peanut roasting ritual, the world above him communicates in any language they can be understood in.
Cải thôi, bạc thôi, $6. Okay.
Huey is one of the Chinese farmers who is fluent in both English and native Chinese. His background is similar to many of the immigrant growers who have brought a piece of home with them through the produce they sell.
I have no choice but to get into farming. When you got a slow boat from the old country, that's where they ship you. I am very proud to be a farmer. That's what I brought up with when I came to Canada, and I like the way of farming here.
Huey, what do you got today?
Oh, we have bak chow and napa and cải lôn.
Where it was before, hardly any Chinese vegetables are grown here. And if you did at the time grow them, hardly any market for it. And now there's all kinds of vegetable that we can grow, and what we can grow, it sells.
Huey, those lobak there, you got anything a little smaller? These are a little bit too fat. You know,
I
like
remember vegetables in China nobody want to buy. When you grow them here in Canada, it's a novelty item. They pay all kinds of money for it.
Okay, well do.
And 10 green.
The market wouldn't be the same without Big John. He is the local comedian and entertainer, and if he could have made a buck for every laugh he got, he wouldn't have to chase after bumbling flower thieves.
What does he have to put on top of there? Another 5. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I have to take one out. Here it goes. What motivated me to get into farming was probably a desire to create something, to grow something, to accomplish something for myself. And the other reason was perhaps the independence of my character, and that I found not the sort of person that's drawn to working for a lot of other people. I like to be on my own and make my own decisions, and the farming, growing things seem to pretty well embody both of those things for me. There you go. 5 more. Just lay it right on top here. Keep this little old lady warm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There, that's it. You got it. Take it. Get out of here. Definitely nothing to do with money. You would never go into farming for the money of it all. No, it's for the money inside, the stuff inside of what makes you feel good rather than what fills your pockets. It's a satisfying living there. There's a complete living for people, but it's perhaps not quite like rock and roll.
I have to buy Sam stuff because he's one of the best guys on the market.
He's the best.
He's the best.
Sam, you know why he says, I heard it from him before, I know you're the best. But he tells the other story to the other growers too.
Not true.
While Henry harasses the growers and buyers in the farmers market, the general manager of the terminal is making his daily rounds. I always recognized Bill by the bow ties he wore. The few times he donned regular ties, they had whales or animal prints on them. No doubt a reflection of the morning zoo.
I don't really see myself as an administrator as such, and I don't see myself as or any of our staff really, as bureaucrats. We see ourselves as diplomats, trying to make sure that things run smoothly. Basically, we're the produce market for the whole of Ontario, and that would be a trading area of 9 million people. Last year, 770,000 tons of produce went through the terminal, with a value of approximately $650 million. The farmers market part of that was 175,000 tons. It's let's put it this way, it's very free. There are no restrictions really in terms of pricing, etc. Some of the commodities are governed, their pricing is governed under marketing legislation, but to be quite honest with you, most of our growers, if they want to get rid of something, the marketing legislation be damned.
Well, you don't trust me? Go ahead. You've been looking at it for 5 years. You want to look at it again?
A race, yeah.
Look at what? You're picking on a minor input. Okay, I'll put some makeup on it. What do you want?
Can't afford gal.
Then you can't have it. It's $12 or nothing.
At a time there were still mostly Anglo-Saxon people as growers. Over the last few years, it's changed. People sold their farms to new Canadians, and now we are sort of like the United Nations. We have so many different nationalities, and hardly any Anglo-Saxon names left on our map within the market.
Sergeant Henry Specht is notorious for peddling law and order. After over 20 years of market experience, you would think he's seen everything, but the market is never without its surprises.
The market, it's sometimes like organized confusion, if you will. The market has to sound busy, otherwise the flavor is not there. Mid in the market, people shout at each other. The next 10 minutes they have a coffee. But also you have hot temperamental people, and you put two different nationalities together and they have an argument. My job is to straighten it out the best of my know-how.
You know, that is, you're not in the plumbing business, okay?
You didn't say anything when he banged my truck.
I didn't notice anything, mister.
It was right in front of you.
I heard some noise.
It was right in front of your eyes. Even your officer said, look at that, he's got $1 billion.
Mister, if I see some of my own eyes, I do something.
You said it yourself.
No, sir.
Look at the guy has $1 billion in his hand.
No, sir.
If I go out of my house and look up and I see a full moon, I say to myself, well, Henry, there will be a real doozy of a day, because people do react different in a full moon.
Superior Fruit.
Sammy Clements is the cantankerous old man of the market.
Well, how are you doing? Hello, racketeer. How are you, racketeer? That's Frank the racketeer. He's an undertaker. He buys all the garbage in the market.
As one of the oldest veterans, Sam the Mushroom Man, as he is affectionately called, is famous for his humorous insults in putting the squeeze on less favored customers.
Nuts, yeah, we got all kinds of nuts. We have walnuts at $55 a bag.
Another of the warehouses contains a spinach packaging factory. Unlike the other warehouses, this one employs almost all women. Most of them are immigrants who know only manual labor and limited English. They wear a look of defensive dignity that I see in people who struggle for pride. Their faces speak of determination, of humble beginnings, and hope.
Sal, you got some grapes over here? You better send me 20 of these because they're beautiful.
Angelo has come a long way from the young Italian boy who swept floors at a small independent grocer's and could only dream of owning his own store one day. With 3 of the most reputable retail produce markets in the business, he has a lot to be proud of.
In our business, nothing comes easy. You do whatever you have to. I work 24 hours a day. I work 36 hours a day. And I did whatever I was supposed to do at the time because I wanted to get big. And to do that, you did what you had to do at the time.
Yes, that's the best you can get.
They're very nice.
What? No, they're not small enough.
When I first started out, I would only buy 5 cases of strawberry and 5 bags of corn. Today, I can tell a farmer, deliver me 100 cases of strawberry or 100 bags of corn. Those days, when you buy little, I had to be in line to get that stuff. So I used to sleep in the market so I could be one of the first one in the morning and get the merchandise.
Give me 20 for Woodbine. Okay. 15 for Air Mills.
If the challenge of buying and selling is tough for respected buyers like Angelo, it is even harder on the few women who dare to enter this lion's den. In this cutthroat industry, Anna has earned the respect of all.
As a woman in this business, I'm impressed with myself. I'm pleased with myself for what I have done over the years and getting in with the rest of the guys. As a female buyer, when you first go into a place and they don't know you, depending on the salesman, he'll offer you at a certain price. And because I know better, I'll go and I'll talk to someone else. I don't like when I get treated like that. So I just go off and I find myself someone else who will treat me the way I expect to be treated.
How much is the round one?
Round one, $7.
I've been paying 5.
All right. I give it 5.
I just love the atmosphere, the outdoors, being around people, talking to people, you know, haggling with people. The characters are a bunch of characters. They're lovely people, a lot of them. There's people like John. I call him Santa because his voice is so deep, and he always laughs, ha, 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 ha.
Debris, that's all, yeah. Is it there? I hear it, yes, it's in there.
And there's this other guy that whistles when he backs up, just like a truck backing up, beep, 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 as he whistles, and he backs up.
Howdy.
I'm a farmer too.
You're a farmer.
I'm a farmer. We like very much a farmer. So everybody who grows it, very nice,
right.
you know.
Io sono Maritille, assai curiosa, da una cantina esce.
Above the clamoring chaos, Q. Valerio's operatic solo gives voice to the love we all feel for the market. It does not matter that he sings a native song. The pride in his voice reflects the pride we all have in our roots as farmers and as immigrant Canadians.
Di baci, di baci, di baci, per dirti quando mi piaci, vorrei tenerti sul cuore. Pece ne voglio fa, stenga arrabbiate, se prima ne mi dice a dove si stete. Io vado a lavorare, trasporto vino, lo bevo e lo trasporto qui dentro di me. Lino, vino, eccolo qua, vino, vino, tira a camba, vorrei riempir la tua bocca di baci, di baci, di baci, per dirti quando mi piaci e puoi tenerti sul cuore. That's enough. I'm old.
My first memory of the market was hardly affectionate. I remember mammoth men and machinery and the feverish pitch of a world gone mad. As a 5-year-old child, it was a frightening experience. Market veterans like old Jim McCarthy have paid their dues and now get their just rewards.
Come on, smile.
The youngest generation of marketeers have a whole lifetime to discover the riches of the morning zoo.
Father has to sell more. He has to sell more radishes, eh? I guess so.
By 9 a.m., the mad shopping spree is over. The farmers have a chance to gossip about the day's business or share some breakfast with a friend. At times, you can tell how well your neighbors sold by the telltale expression on their faces. At the morning zoo, the fittest survive, and the rest take their produce home. In the import warehouses, the day is also drawing to a close. You can almost hear the sighs of relief and feel the built-up tension dissolve. For the farmers, it is time to go home to the real work. It is comforting to know that tomorrow we will meet again. Same time, same place. During the day, if you should pass by the Queensway and Park Lawn Road in the west end of Toronto, and you see a place that looks like a giant parking lot, think of the over 5,000 people who cut, weed, spray and wash, haggle, fight, sing and dance their way through each morning to put the food on your table. Think of the morning zoo.
Angel, very good. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Thank you. See you tomorrow at the market.
I recall an incident from my much younger years that makes me proud now. although at the time I thought I could never hold up my head again. While I was on the school playground, I got into a fight with a boy named Johnny. He was calling me names and insulting my heritage, but it was nothing a good kick in the shins couldn't cure. Then he made the biggest mistake in his 10-year life. He yelled at me, "You farmer!" That was the last Johnny saw of the light. He was dragged to the principal's office with a black eye and a bloody lip. I'm sure he doesn't eat his vegetables without thinking of me to this day.